Once again, a warm welcome to all of you children to English online classes. And we were listening to the story of Taro, who loved his parents very much. He was a thoughtful son. He always cared and loved his parents. He was a woodcutter. He was finding it very difficult. Last day I told you, to earn his daily bread, but he was very happy to work from morning till evening and earn for his parents. And what made him sad? Yes, one day he felt very sad because his father was longing for a cup of sake, a kind of expensive drink, but he could not buy it for him because it was very expensive. And what he decided to do? He decided to work harder than ever. So one fine morning, before the sunrise, he went for chopping wood in the forest. And what happened in between? See, it was very cold. But even though it was very cold, his body was full of sweat. Because he was working without taking rest, even for a while. So when he was working like that, he heard a sound. What was the sound he heard? Yes, sound of rushing water. And now he thought, see, there is no stream nearby. I have never seen a stream here. And now where is sound coming? And he was feeling very thirsty also. Even the sound of the rushing water made him thirsty because he had to quench his thirst. So what did he do? His axe automatically dropped out of his hands and he now ran towards the direction of that sound. Now we can see what is there. And now we can see what was the sound. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. And now, to his astonishment, what did he see? Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Behind a rock, he could see a beautiful waterfall. Oh, he was very happy. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he made his hands like a cup, and he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Yes, it was very delicious. Oh, was it water? Now he thought, was it water? Or was it sake? Because always in his mind he had a thought of sake, which his father was longing for. Now he felt water as sake. And he was thirsty also. He tasted it again and again. Always it was delicious sake. No, he tried it for the second and third time. It was not water. It was not plain water. It was the delicious sake only. He could not believe himself. See, instead of cold water, it was delicious sake. Taro felt very happy because for the sake only he was working like this. Taro quickly filled the pitcher. He was having a mud pot in his hand. He had with him and hurried home. He stopped the work. Yes, he got now what he wanted. And now he hurried home. The old man at home, Taro's father, he was very delighted with the sake. And after he took only one swallow of sake, of the liquid, and he stopped shivering. The man was shivering like this. Because it was very cold, the man was shivering like this. By one swallow of the drink, the man stopped shivering. And Big Urchin danced in the middle of the floor. He started dancing also in the middle of the floor. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. A neighbor stopped there for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. He was having only some sake was there. But even though only some was there, he offered a little. See how hospitable. See the hospitality of that person. Yes, we have to learn from this. Offered a little sake to the neighbor also. The lady drank it. She was also a poor woman. The lady drank it and felt very happy. The lady drank it greedily. The lady was drinking it very greedily. She wanted more and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story, and now the lady asked, Taro, from where did you get this? And we are not having enough money to buy. You cannot afford this. Then how did you get this your sake for your father? Yes, now Taro told the story of the waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. Now she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the village. Some people are very good in spreading stories. Now, by nightfall, she had spread the story of this waterfall throughout the village. All the villagers came to know of this. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Now there was a procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house to listen to the story. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake also. Now they took a sip of the sake also. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. There was nothing left in the pitcher, in the pot. The sake was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier. Now again, as he did the last day, again before the sunrise, he set out to work. Then the morning before, he carried with him a large pitcher, a large pot to collect some more. The largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. So he decided now, first I will go to the waterfall, then only I will go for work. When he reached the waterfall, he was surprised. What did he see there? He found his great surprise, all his neighbors were there. All his neighbors were, there was a long queue. They were carrying pictures, jars, buckets, what all vessels were there in the house. All those were there to collect sake. See how greedy they are. They were carrying pitchers, big pots, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth. So one villager knelt and held his mouth to hold then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily. Suddenly he became angry. Why? See, water, nothing but water only. This is not sake. He has fooled us. Water, nothing but water. Others also tried, but they also had the same experience. But there was no sake, only cold water. We have been tricked. Okay, now we have been fooled by Taro. What he told, his story is not true. Shouted the villagers. Where is Taro? Okay, Taro now thought, now understood that his life is in danger. So what did he do? He hid behind a rock. Where is Taro? Let us drown him in the waterfall. We can drown him in the same waterfall. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock because he understood that the situation is going to be worse. Behind a rock, when he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. muttering their anger and disappointment. All were disappointed. The villagers left the place one by one. Was it true? He wondered. So, what was my experience the last day? Taro thought. And what are they saying now? It is not water, it is only plain water. It is not sake. And to find out what has happened, again he went to the waterfall. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? And was it my dream only? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. To him it was not plain water. This time also it was sake only, the delicious sake only. Yes, what has happened here? To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. Because he was a thoughtful son, he was not greedy. He came to collect sake for his father. So, for a thoughtful son, the waterfall gave sake. But others came here just because they were greedy. And they were coming with large buckets and all. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. Yes. So, sake was a gift of nature. Now, it was a gift of nature to Taro. The story of Taro and this magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. Now, the story of waterfall and Taro reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him. Now the emperor sent for him. For what? Yes, to reward him. What for? Yes, because he loved his parents, for his love and concern for his parents. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then, see, not only that, then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city. Named Taro, after Taro. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. The fountain was given the name Taro. What for? Yes. See what reason he told for that. This, said the emperor, was to encourage all children. This certainly will be an encouragement for all the children to honor and obey their parents. They also should learn from Taro how to obey, love and care for their parents. Children, you have got a very good lesson from this story. What is that? Yes, you have to love your parents very much. Must not abandon them in your life. Okay, so thank you children for listening to me. See you again the next class. Till then, goodbye.